dire. The name say it is a dead trick, dead space. You can see for the map layout, you will think, oh, so the map is mirrored like in League of Legends. But no, actually, the map is not mirror. Actually, is reversed to the other side. So, for example, Radiant's top top laner is the off lane, and the Dire top lane is the safe lane. What is these terminologies? What is safe lane? What is mid lane? And what is off lane? So, in Dota, the 5 roles are determined by positions, and they go in these 3 lanes. Safe lane is
Wait,
where
I can't see your stream for some reason.
What are you
you cannot.
talking about?
Now I can.
All right. So what is called a safe lane? So
Bro,
safe
this is
lane
like
is
super
called
basic. This is
safe
like
lane
too
is
basic.
called like this because it's the safest place for the high card carry, or in quotation the carry, to farm. They have the big jungle, huge vision to the support toward it, and is the longest path for the mid laner to run to your lane. This also implies for the dire side, that is from here all the way here. And this is the safe zone for the carry. The off lane is not the most safer lane. You can see is quick rotations, not really good pathing. Here's nothing to fight. Nothing, like there's none. Offlane is most of the time the lanes is gonna get absolutely gank all the time,
Is position
and
one
it have poor
always
limit.
is position one always ranged?
Not all
No.
the time. It can be range and melee. I'm gonna explain that when I get the summary of each role. So in quotations, the hard carry and the hard support go in the safe lane. In mid lane, of course, it goes the mid laner, and in the off lane, it goes the off laner and the sub support. So yes, the 3 carries of Dota is the hard carry, the mid laner, and the off laner, and there are 2 supports, the hard support and the sub support. So what do they, in quotations, separate each other is their mentality. And what I'm explaining with this, so what is your priorities in Dota before passing to the roles? Is farming for gold and XP, and that by last hitting crates, farming in jungle, and pushing the lanes, and taking up objectives, setting up vision, ganking, roaming, killing heroes, and taking down towers. That is basic stuff for the priorities in Dota. There are also some things that alter this path, like Rochen, that is our version of Levi in AOS, if I want to make the comparison, the Baron in quotations, or probably the Wisdom Room, war position, aggressive place, but those vary it with every single position and what they're capable of. So what does this translate in each lane? The safe lane wants gold, farm, space, and time to build items. This is the mentality of the hard carry. Meanwhile, the hard super is visionary of the map, has control over ward spots and objectives. The mid laner wants gold, gank, start fights, and negate time and money to the other mid laner. He always wants ganking and farming when he had free time. And the offlaners are build items for the team fighters and initiator by nature, have tank and CC on their kits, and they want space for the hard carry. What am I meaning with space? I mean space by gaining time for the carry, trying the offlaner to ping the attention to his head. Why am I saying this? The offlaner explanation will make this more clear. But first, let's dunk into the safe lane and explain those roles. Presenting the say, oh, what the fuck? Wait, the image is delete. Oh, no, never mind. That's not an issue.
The
The safe
images,
lane,
man.
the hard carry. Yeah, that's the name. So position one, our hard carry, is the team mid to late game powerhouse. Their insurance for closing out the games past the 25-minute mark. The hard carry takes the safe lane, the bottom for radiance on top for Dire that already explained it, and try to survive their vulnerable early phase. And coordinate team will do its best to make a space for the hard carry. In turn, they expect to have a high gold per minute or GPM than the enemy carry. Think safe lane like a snowball. You start weak, but ended up like an avalanche. If you manage to farm or get enough scaling, or if you're looking for damage, hard carry is your choice. Here's, for example, Anti-Mage, a elusive carry melee that punish mages. Draw Ranger, a safer rage carry with slow and silences. Ursa, a pseudo tank with stacking damage. And Faceless Void, that is basically Zeratul, and have the greatest teamfight ultimate ever, Chronosphere, are some of the examples from this role. And who is the support that is with the safe lane? Is the other support. But her carry, in short terms, you had to farm, kill enemies, get gold, and win the lane. And your gameplay is gonna be like you're weak in the start, but you have a strong late game. You had to decide when to fight and when to farm. You had to at least have some map awareness, and that's when you had to say, please give me vision, your stupid support. You need farming paths, farm lane, and then jungle, repeat this progress, and building damage. But also things to assure your safety, a data drive, the things you choose to buy when you say, alright, they're fucking me up with magic, so I gotta buy data drive to get immunity to CCs, things like that.
All right. So what's the lady at the top right?
Drow.
That's Draw Ranger,
So this is a ranged
a range carry, yes.
range
Probably the
archer.
easiest range carry, and it's good too.
And what about the other three that you had in the
They're
bottom slot?
Melee. Let me see, there's Gyrocopter in this image that doesn't load. There is also range.
He got these images from Brazil.
Is Phantom. No, I stole them from the Dota wiki, but anyways.
Phantom, and then
Phantom and Sven.
all right, Sven. All right, all
That
right.
is also melee.
Okay, we're good.
So we
damn, they're
can
not
proceed
loading.
to explain the others, the support that accompanies the safe laner or your carry. That is the hard support. The position 5 or hard support is the backbone of any successful Dota 2 team. He sacrificed his personal gains to enable their allies' success through selfless plays, being the babysitter of the carry to the laning phase. By balancing lane equilibrium, they're responsible for stacking camps, that's way of securing the carry to get more gold via jungle, securing early game objective like towers, gank, initiation, vision, and providing and denying vision using wards. The role demands exceptional game sense, as they need to anticipate enemy movement and defend their courts. That means that these guys, if they see a gank to your carry, your mid, or your offlaner, you had to be there and you had to sacrifice yourself if needed. You are the babysitter of the team and the one to clap the bullies, and you have to think ahead for yourself on what items to buy with so much low gold to either help your carries or negate risk factors on the other team. So knowledge and adaptability is required. Some examples are Undying, a tanky pseudo initiator with healing capabilities and disables to strange carries. Disruptor, a good bodyguard that can silence, put people in cages, and chuck people to silence them and knock them back. Witch Doctor, a good nuke support that can have stuns, damage per second, and a good ultimate that can do true damage. Lich, good armor, good CC, good slows, and a brand ultimate that slows. Crystal Maiden, mana regen, slows, roots, and a good ultimate that make a lot of damage around her and can be devastated for carries that doesn't have magic resistance. Earthshaker, a tanky support with decent stance and an ultimate that can shred enemy composition if they depend a lot on team fighting. And Ancient Apparition, with slows and abilities to anti-heal is the correct answer against carries that depends on lifesteal. So in short, the hard super have low gold, he had CC on his kit, healing and healing abilities,
Belling.
and you're asking a lot, what do my core need? Or what do I buy for dealing with X problem? You're being a team player, you protect your cores, and mission is your key to success with with hard support. So that's the two players that go to the safe lane. The carry and the hard support that had to protect your carry and bully the other team to try to secure your carry's goal. That's the safe lane. Now we go to the mid lane with the mid laner, or position 2. The position 2 occupies the most isolated yet influential lane, and their performance dictate the tempo of the early and mid game. But first, the pressure is on for them to outplay or at least go even with their 1v1 matchup against the other mid laner. They need solid lane fundamentals to stand their grounds, like creep management, denying, pulling aggro, etc., like classic other core stuff. And controlling the power runes, the runes that appear in the river and they are crucial for the gankings. The mid laner enjoys solo golden experience, which means there will always be an advantage over side laners in the early game. What I mean with this, mid lane is like 100% going to be level 6 before the carries does. So with this in mind, thus they need to find high impact ganks around the map and snowball their advantage. Players who are confident in their mechanical skills love to dominate their lane opponent and are active in searching up fights. Your average mage fit here, or a quick assassin that can gank early.
Yo, my G, is it TFT time?
Hold on. You
Wait,
gotta
Raza's
join this
doing a
presentation.
presentation.
We can do TFT after. Alright, we finished the slide. Yeah.
Examples Example of these roles can be Shadowfiend, Seus, Ember Spirit, Storm Spirit, the Void Spirit, yes, the three brothers, Puck, and the Queen of Pain. They are basically mage, Sail mage with tank, mage, and mage. So, sure, mid lane is being active around the map, burst damage all the way, spellcasters, most of them, high mobility, playmakers, they need understanding of matchups, and lane knowledge. They are basically one with one lane. They are independent. They had good early level advantage and a good early game. Now we go to the off lane with the offlaner. The position 3 or offlaner operates as the team destructor frontline. They are the team primary playmaker, initiator, or a carrier, and team fighter. Starting from the dangerous hard lane, what I mean with this, the difficult lane for the half laner to deal with, the offlaner bullies their enemy hard carry and wants them to make their laning phase miserable, so they have to either go to jungle and pull jungle or making the other team run to their lane and start picking on the offlaner. That's why you need to make a space. And that's where the space is deflation coming from. Once the laning phase is over, offlaners are expected to aggressively take space away through shoving lanes, pushing towers, farming in enemy jungle, and looking up for fights. Offlaners are familiar with effective itemizations, adapting their build to what their team needs, like taking Blink Dagger, that is like the warp from AOS for Initiator, or utility auras for team fighting. You know, your classic Gunhole buffer. Players who love traditional tanks will find it easy to slip into the role. And I gotta be honest, you're going to have bad lanes and grief, but you're the one that decides if the game is over or not. In short, the offlaner makes people miserable by a lot of CC, a lot of snow, a lot of damage reduction. You have to make the enemy team hate you and want to ping on you. You enable your team through teamfights. You're tanky or effective, can solo the team for longer directions. They are primary initiators. They do map rotations, are split pushers, space makers. They have to learn how to deal with difficult lanes. They are really no-brainers. A lot of their kits are very simple. They are simple to play, and by that is a newcomer friendly. And what's the support that is with the offlaner? You say there are two supports, right? A hard and a soft one. So what's the difference between those? Present in the sub support. The position 4 of sub supports serves as the team playmaking rover and is most active role in Dota 2. The position 4 star partner with the offlaner, helping them harass and preventing the enemy support from pulling camps that allow the carry to gain more gold. They are instrumental for securing the early game objectives like the runes, bounties, the shrines, the lotus balls, as well as ganking other lanes. This role is very hybrid and have more gold than the other support, so they had to itemize properly to enable their team. Do they look to snowball with ganks using other shadows? Say teammate with a fourth staff? Maybe bunker down and farm a Aghanim scepter? It's your choice, and that decision is up to the team and their camp. So basically, the sub-super is setting up kills, ganking, asking yourself, what do we need to buy for winning? Helps all the lane as possible, do big plays, a support, but you can also go core, a freedom to roam certificate, a flexible playstyle, tank, damage, utility, yes. I do all three, and it's a jack of all trades.
Yo, Raza, did you make this?
Yes.
Very good. It's very good so far, I must admit.
It is
My
very
last
good.
and the last thing I did because I was rushed down is the runes that I will explain it. So remember in the map, the runes spawn in different locations. The runes can spawn in the side of the lakes here and here, but also there's the bounties at the start of the game that allow the team players to either invade in minute zero or just carry weight to the runes. The rune locations are as follows. The two in the mid, here and here, and one in the safe lane side, here from the tire, and here for the radiance. So what's the runes, and what do they do? So let's start with the bounty. The bounty spawns at minus 0, and then every single 4 minutes. They don't spawn in the river, they spawn on the safe site, bounty site, for the duration of the game, but in minute 0 they spawn in the 4 locations. Then they just appear in the 2 sizes. The wisdom. The wisdom is located in the in the offlane site. Here, and here. They spawn every 7 minutes and then every 7 minutes prior. They give XP just as that, and most of the time are either stolen from the enemy team or the super had to grab the wisdom because they don't have a lot of XP because they prioritize helping the other team and giving the XP and gold to their cores. The water rune. So the water rune only appears during minutes 2 and 4 and it's the first runes that are gonna appear. They just give HP and mana and they only appear in the river in the mid lane. And then there's the power runes. They appear 2 minutes after the water runes appear. So to the 6 minute mark and onwards. And they only appears in the river in the mid sides. Right here and here. Here and here.
Raza
So
OP.
what is the power runes? We have damage amplification, or how the people call it, the double damage. That, of course, double your damage. Not your damage by spells, by physical attacks. So you see a carry with a double damage, you knew that fight is over and you had to retreat, or you're gonna get one. Arcane, reduce your cooldown by 25% and mana cost by 30%. Haste, give a lot of movement speed, but I mean a lot. One of the favorite runes for the mid laners to gank and secure early ganks, and well, taking the other lanes by surprise. Regeneration, basically mainly of AOS, gives a lot of health and mana regeneration, but if they hit you once, the regeneration is gone. Illusion, create two clones of you that you can control. The clone doesn't do damage. You mostly use them for baiting or thinking more of a moving word that you can put in the high ground. Invisibility. Duh. I don't have to explain it. It's invisibility run. Damn, I wonder what it does. It's a goddamn mystery. Shield. Gets a barrier. And that's in the pirates. And
Senor
that's it
Raza.
my presentation. In short,
Damn, bro,
because
this guy
I
did a
will
nice
do
presentation.
more. I will do
Awesome.
more, but I prefer to separate it in different presentations.
Can I say one thing, Raza? For Illusion Rune, it's not actually useless for a mid laner. If you have bottle, you can pop it like a manta style because it gives you like
Oh, yeah.
0.1 second
Yeah.
of like immunity, so you
Can't
can
you-
dodge it like a manta style would.
Can't you also
Yeah, because
like send illusions to the sides and then disappear from mid lane so it looks like you're coming at them? It just like throws.
yep, you can also do it.
Just for like
Like
the biggest.
the illusion have
Yeah.
multiple uses, and it's yours to use it correctly.
The best way I've seen people use it is to bait out like ultimates. Like pretend like you're being an idiot, and then someone like ulties you like, oh look, he's out of position, and
Can
then
you
they just
fake-
wasted their ultimate.
Can you fake recall with the illusion?
No, they are
Oh.
they hit basic attacks and most like to. They cannot do abilities
Late
or
game,
TPs.
oh.
They're just clones that
No, so that
can
one,
hit
that one's a
basics.
skill. Yeah, that one's the highest
Yeah,
skill
it's
base.
It's like in lane, it's very you don't
Probably.
want illusion rune. It's garbage. But like in
Yeah.
late game, illusion rune scales very good because it's like having clones that scale with your damage and your stats. But in
True.
the mid game, in the early game, if you have bottle for mid laner, which is the most normal items you'd have, you can just pop it the moment you're taking a spell or an auto attack to dodge the instance of damage to then maybe turn a fight or engage.
If you got
I
two
didn't even
clones,
know that.
you can threaten and engage from 3 different angles.
The
The
clones are
clones
pretty
don't do much.
squishy.
Yeah,
early
but
game,
they won't know which
squishy.
one you are until you actually hit an ability. So if you come at them with all 3 at
I see what you're
once,
saying.
they actually won't know which one's the real one.
Yeah, it's just early game. You don't really get much value out of that other than the damage, like the dodge. Like if you're playing in.
I didn't know you could do that
the
little
training-
dodge tech with the illusion in the bottle. That's actually
I
really
mean, because
nice.
the illusion also work like a manta style, so
Yeah, it's
if you
Manta
have the
style.
bottle, is a manual manta style in the bottle.
Wait, can you do that dodge tech with the manta style too? If you're about to eat
Yeah.
a
It's
spell,
like the
you pop
most. It's
manta.
that's the best part
Yeah,
of the
that's why
item.
people buy manta.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know
Yeah.
you could do that. Okay,
Yeah, so it's
that's
like
Yeah,
fucking
if you're
because
a big
during the
competitor,
illusion and manta animation, you disappears and reappear with your two clones. So in that little segment of the animation, you will say face out. Let's say it
damn,
like
bro.
that. It's like blink dagger. To use a blink dagger to
Yeah.
avoid the projectile. Same logic as the manta style and illusion ring.
Damn. Okay. The more you
So
know.
let's cover the roles in basic stuff.
yeah, like
I will
Sven.
do another presentation talking about like more technical stuff, itemization,
Sven, yeah.
time,
Sven.
macro, if stuff like that. I will do it in another presentation. But this covered the basic of the roles and the lanes most of the time.
It was awesome, Raza. Mate, Raza, that was very good. Can't
That
fault
was
anything
good.
you said in that at all. It's all for a new player guide. That is like
Also,
what exactly
why
it
the
is.
Yeah.
fuck did this image delete?
You have to check
It's
that.
anyway.
How the links broke.
Yeah, for like a new player guide, this is amazing.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
got all
I
the
think it's like,
basics, good
perfectly
stuff.
in depth. Perfectly in depth.
I
Oh
want like
yeah,
a higher
Yeah.
level
this
one.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking because of this. Don't judge me. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. You can go Pudge off lane.
Bro,
Fuck
I've seen
my
Pudge mid. They do Pudge mid. I even
Yeah, you
saw
do Pudge
Pudge hard
mid,
carry.
off lane, position 5, position 4. It works everywhere.
I literally saw a guy do Pudge hard carry. He had an IO just fucking pocketing him the whole game. It was actually he did really good actually. He still lost because his team was ass, but like it was surprisingly strong, even
Yeah,
as a
Tendi,
fucking
what I was
hard
going to say
carry.
earlier is, like for example, Sven or Spirit Breaker with like Illusion, for example, the Illusion, they're like it benefits from the cleave that Sven has on his passives, so the illusions also cleave, stuff like that. But then you can also, if you're on the other end of it, you can dodge the Sven stun, for example,
Yeah.
with your illusion popping. So there's stuff like that. Same with Manta
Cute.
style, you can dodge the stun at the moment
Yeah.
it's landing by popping your ability or the item.